And I'm recording now. Okay, what do you think your moon sign is? It could be any of the signs.
Moon sign?
Moon sign, your inner self, your emotions. It's how your mother treated you. With this moon sign, your mom was your friend, and she's a narcissist, and she was just like your cool mom.
Yeah.
And then your fourth house is the environment that you have at home. Like you're more spit shining, clean, and OCDC at home and organized. And she taught you how to do data routines, and she was OCDC too, probably hoarding mess or very organizer.
Very organizer.
Yeah, like because your fourth is in Virgo, like one, and then your Cancer rising, so you come off of this family guy, like the rising sign is Cancer, the I am, but like right when you meet somebody. Your inner self, your moon, is in Leo, you're just really this time we're having fun and just like your friendship thing, and your Mercury's in Virgo. That's how you think you communicate. Your third house is in Leo, so when you speak, people listen, and you're proud of the way you communicate and stuff like that. Or
yeah.
Your eighth house is in Aquarius. That's your death, sex, and transformation house. That's the cult knowledge house, and that's how you die. I don't know how that. Your Venus is in Libra, like it's at home with itself. So you're like professional at relationships. It's like your Mars is in Cancer. You have weak willpower. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't quit your sweets and bad habits or whatever.
Yeah.
And you cigarette smoking.
Yeah.
And your Jupiter's in Libra. You can put in anybody and just marry them. Turn them to just your lover. Also, you probably were married before because your Saturn's in Libra. Your dad treated you like an inanimate object, that you were just a pretty boy and you were just like a trophy or something. Is that true? Say it out loud.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're lucky with relationships. You can put in anyone and turn them to your lover. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Your Pluto's in Libra, so you don't like to be alone. Every time you isolate yourself, you just have someone with you to be by yourself, is to be around somebody else, right? And then your Lilith is in Scorpio. People don't want to see you sexualized. They control your sexual life, and like if something happened to you sexually or you're doing something sexual, people are telling you how to run your sex life. They just want to control it, and you do it your own thing. You have to rebel and be your own sexual.
True.
Right.
True.
And then your fifth house is in Scorpio. When you like to have fun, you like to have lots of one night stands or whatever, and it's like very emotionally serious for you or something, and intense or something. Is that true? And chaotic, like at parties or something.
I like to have fun, yes.
Yeah. And then your ninth house is in Aquarius, so like people and know things before you go to sleep, and it takes you hard to go to sleep. And when you wake up, I'm ready for the show.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Right.
I like to analyze people, yes.
Yeah. Like, and then now it's time to go narcissist attention and be creative with whatever you want and get in the spotlight, because that's what you're meant to be doing. It's what people want to see you be doing. And your mom saw it too, because she was your biggest fan. So she saw that you had talent and that you could be a big personality, in front of people. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. And then your moon's in your second house, so she was kind of like a financially secure mama, sugar mama. She would spoil you with food and money, and she made you think that food and money was love to you, and you became entitled to everybody's stuff. Like, if you pay for my meal, they don't love me, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Well, whatever's clever. You're more stable around your friends and in social media and stuff, but you're more chaotic at parties and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And then fifth, sixth, seventh house. The seventh house is in Capricorn. This is what people you're attracting. You're attracting a lot of douchebags who care about their reputation. A lot of people, and you attract people that are like your father, maybe. And you're like, oh, I'm nothing like that. But like, they're just too serious. And I just want to be like this family person who's intimate.
Yeah, that's me.
That because your Cancer sign rising.
Yeah.
And then your 12th house is in Gemini, the communicator. The spirit is Gemini. Two-faced feet. That's what you be. In spirit, you're more the public speaker kind of person. If anything. Yes. Yeah. And you're the messenger of the spirit in spirit. Because your 12th house is in Gemini, the duality and multi-dimensional and freaking just fast. fast, quick to spirit. Sweet. Yeah, yeah, you believe everyone being equal in friendships and stuff like that. Because the
Yes.
ninth house is Aquarius. You're real more, you get more excited before you go to bed. You like being a night owl, right?
Yes.
Me too, bitch. Like you can't sleep until you've done something and you've stimulated your mind.
Right.
That's
true.
before you go to bed, you make sure something is stimulating your mind, even if it's fucking some caffeine. You need to do something before you go to bed, even though it's not going to make you go to bed, but it's going to set you on an adventure, because the ninth house is an adventure, to know it all and to be friends with everybody, be social. You're more social at night, and you want to just talk to everybody,
Yeah.
because you want everyone to listen to you, and they will listen to you because your third house is in Leo, and that's how you communicate. And your Mercury's in Virgo, so you analyze everything like Virgo, and then you have a good voice, and you might even be a good singer. You think you can sing?
Oh no, I can't sing.
Whatever. You're probably a good writer, beach. Are you a good writer?
I like to write. Yeah.
You grammar snob?
That's a little bit.
Because you are a Virgo. They are the grammar snobs, but they're like perfect at all that bullshit. And it's sixth house. Oh, you like to when you travel. You write when you travel, or what? Because Sagittarius, your sixth house is in Sagittarius. Every day you're never at home. Every day you're working in a different state or something like that.
I was for a while, yes.
Right. And then the sixth, seventh house, and eighth house, and then ninth house, and yeah, cool. Your Mars is in your rising sign. So sometimes your Mars in Cancer, you put all your willpower into your family and stuff, and sometimes you come off as threatening and stuff like that. And
I can.
right. More like, because your Cancer rising, you'd be like more passive and mothering, nourishing, but all at the same time, you're kind of aggressive and kind of threatening in a way, because it's Mars is sitting right there in your face. Mars is your,
Yeah.
and it's a sexual expression is Mars. And that's how they meet people. You right away, they're kind of scared, and they're like, oh, there's a sensitive side, but there's really just the mean side. You know what I mean? Or kind of like a scary, threatening side. Like want to get to the point, like impatience and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're slow anyways, but you're impatient at the same time, right? Like that probably make that be the combination. Your Venus is in the 1B, your fourth house. So you have a beautiful home, and you like to put all your relationships at home, right? Like everybody at your house is your couple, like your number one item. You want them to be there.
Yeah. That's
right. And you want your own space before you go to bed, because like your mind's, you don't want to be smothered before you go to bed. You want your own room, right?
No, actually, I'd like to have somebody next to me.
Because you want to wake up with them there.
Yes.
More so than go to bed with them.
Yes.
Because your mind's working overtime before you go to bed. You don't have time for somebody else, but you want to be social with everybody, but you're kind of like keep your distance or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then you want to be close to them, just at home, just knowing that person, your love, your life is there, like an inanimate object, the way that you treat them.
Yeah.
Like they're a beautiful trophy in my house. Like that's my lover. And they're beautiful, and they just sit there, and I love that. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And then and your Lilith is in the fifth house too, of parties and all that bullshit. And people are like, you don't need a party, and you're like, be proud of her and do it anyways. And like, then you have an unusual parties or something. Uranus and Scorpio, whatever.
No.
Whatever. Unusual get-togethers, holidays.
You have unusual on holidays.
Okay, groovy. And then your Sun is in the third house, Leo. Your Mercury's in the third house as well. Your North Node is in your life purpose is having a persona. You like a persona, but you lack survival skills, but you put all your willpower into putting that into shape and to have your identity be formed. Like you're always working on your identity of who you are and all that bullshit.
Sure.
Right? And you came here to get that and gain all that, knowing who you are kind of stuff. Even though you're like ignoring this bullshit, you don't care, right? But then again, you have this thing to where I can tap in and read you, and you're the gift giver. You're the one that's carrying around the spirit that is readable, whatever. But this is astrology. So none of this I can read, really. So
no, actually, I'm actually interested in this. Most of this is true.
you're crying with Taurus, which means you an emotional eater maybe. Anyways, and you like to go shopping to heal yourself, like buying things or something makes you feel better about your life.
I like to eat.
Right? Yeah, eat. And that's how you heal yourself, is just by being comfortable and since your sensual pleasures and possessions, having that. Like financial security is upset one minute, and then the next you're healing it, and then you're like, I'm fine. This is how I heal myself. But it keeps on cracking open, like I'm getting financial problems, but it's just something you always attacked with your financial security, your food, and it's just like, why can't I get this perfect? Because it's an own wound and heal. And your Sirius is in Virgo, the way you heal. That people come to you for a day-to-day routine. People come to you for perspection. People come to you for your analytical skills. People come to you for your writing and all of those. People come to you for that's what they expect from you, like in your ego and stuff. And then you put people on the spotlight and you make them feel like they're on the limelight and that they have all this talent. You're pulling out their talent in them, your light. And because your sun is in Virgo and your Sirius is in Virgo, it's kind of like a combination of your sun, like putting them in the spot and making them feel like it brings out their narcissism. But in serious atmosphere, you change the atmosphere. When like it's like a bunch of cops or something, a bunch of serious lawyers, when you go in the room, the atmosphere changes and it starts to become more nicer to you. Everyone's like, oh, hey, you're one of our friends, you're a good guy. Because secretly, hypocritically, you're kind of like this douchebag serious Capricorn, but it's the side of you that you see in everybody else. Like, you're like, oh, they're so different from me, these freaking douchebag authority figure idiots. But you also change them, and you change the atmosphere in the way you make them feel. Like they finally feel like they're in the center of their ego.
They're more important.
When you but you're mainly the one that is the one that people are trying to see and seek out to be, because you heal other people. You heal their ego through being around you. Like you're bringing out their creativity, their inspiration. Like you're like this angel human that inspires somebody to be themselves, and it's just already in them. But they become egomaniacs when they're around you. Like it's like, I'm fine. Like you're like a drug that makes their ego go wild. You know what I mean? Because it makes them, their blood flow of this inspiration to do things for some reason without even saying anything, just like your presence brings the boys to the yard and they're like, that's better, you know what I mean? Like it makes them be the actor in the movie. Like this, it's the keys to making them run is to be around you. And that's so interesting. And they come to you for that inspiration, like to be themselves. But it's a spotlight thing, and it's so interesting. Like it's a healing thing that they, and your palace is in Leo, so that's also another creative gift that you have, and that you decorate your life with. Your Juno is Scorpio. Your marriage people, darkness and despair. I don't know. Like you find people. Like there's a cavity in your house and you want it to be filled with somebody, and you know that this decaying, rotted person should be in your house because they would be fulfilled in there, and then they would help you at the same time with your money. You know what I mean? Like on one end, they're in despair and they have nothing. And you be like, hey, yeah, you can be my roommate, but like I will teach you in a week to get your food out the door, and you will be at work every day, and you will be able to afford me now. Kind of like you could just have a kid and they would take care of you. This is how your Juno and Scorpio is going, and that's how your marriage would be freaking profiting with you. If you were married, it would help profit. Like, did you get married and then you divorced because your Saturn's in Libra? Or is that what your Saturn was in? I think
it was.
Your Saturn's in Libra, your Jupiter's Libra, you're lucky with Libra, your Saturn is life lessons with Libra. Like it gives you these opportunities to get married, and it'll take it away from you if you're a little like dick about a different and it make you have divorces, but it can give you these luck marriage. You know what I mean?
My first and only marriage at that time in 7 years.
And also, like, your dad gave you a house, and then he took it away from you. He took it away from your mom, right?
Yeah.
Like, he'll give you this house, but if you're a little dick about it, he's gonna take it away from you just like that. And you have to start from scratch, and you'll have to learn how to get your own house. And you have challenges with building a house, freaking owning a house, and then it being taken away from you, all that, just to start from scratch once again.
Yeah.
Right?
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah, and the same thing with relationships, because that's close. It's like the whole package. You want it all. You want the house, the home, the family, the marriage. You want all in one thing, because that's where all the responsibilities lead into that one thing where you put all your work into it, into the fourth house. The Saturn, the fourth house, is kind of like how your dad did teach you, but it's also your own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do know what you're saying.
And well, and then like you're the dad and the wife and the husband or whatever. You're just like everything all at the same time, because it's the feminine energy that you're right, but it's also the real to being a relationship. Like, you know the rules, you know the way, you know how to be the relational person. You're not just this whatever. It doesn't matter what y'all do outside of that. It still makes you bond to where you feel like you're not alone. That's how you are in a relationship with other people, because your Venus is in Libra, and you can make people feel beautiful and balanced. And that's how you are in a relationship. And especially when you're at home, you want everyone to come to your home to balance them out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like if there's any fighting going on, because you're like, hey, I've also got the skills being a Mars in the first house. You think I'm all about the home and stuff. I am, but I also can have, you know, be the leader of this house is what, because your Mars is in the rising sign with Cancer, and you're kind of like the leader of the house, you know, and the family and all that bullshit. And it's like, well, you're alone in that, but you already know that, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you've been through this rodeo, like, cause with your dad and the house and all that stuff just coming together. That's interesting. Oh, and your Lilith is also in the fifth house, which means people walk on eggshells around you. They walk through lava and they come back just for your narcissist ass, which you pretend you don't even notice. Is that true?
No, I'm not a narcissist.
Well, whatever it is, people don't want to see you become a narcissist, but you do it anyways if you're out and arrogant about it, or whatever it is what you're doing. All right, if you do or you don't know, but you know, because they're like scared of your narcissism, but then again, it makes everyone feel like at home, like they're relieved that someone else shares the same type of ego boost that you give them. They're relieved around you with their ego of bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
not so fucking weird. But they're scared of your ego, because they're scared of, since that you tapped into their ego, you made them tap into their own ego, that they're scared of what yours can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so funny. And that's what I'm looking at. That's the planet in the houses or whatever. Sorry. That's what I'm looking at. And then and that's what I'm looking at. That is your chart. You're a Virgo. Your moon is in Leo. Your rising is Cancer. Your 8th house of death is Aquarius. Your 10th house, your public image, is Pisces. It's chameleon. It's everything. It's spiritual. It's compassionate. It's love. It's like unconditional love for everybody. Forgiveness. Everyone will know you for this. This is what you want to be known as. Like, you know, the Jesus Christ person, or Jesus complex, just like the psychic medium spiritual person or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you go home, you're all analytical and yourself, and then, you know, you want your lover there, because your Saturn is the father, the responsibilities, and your Jupiter of luck, planet Jupiter, it expands anything that has to do with what sign is in. Your sign is in Libra, so if you aim at and you shoot your arrow at anything that has to do with Libra, the hips, the relationships, your shadow self, people you attract, and people you want to love or whatever the fuck, you balance. It expands it, and it makes you luckier and luckier in that planet, in that sign, because that planet's there making it out, you know. And it's your philosophy. It's almost like before you go to bed, you want to be with somebody before you go to bed, and you can't stand being alone. But then again, you'd rather just have them in your house somewhere, like an inanimate object, a trophy. but because your ninth house is also in Aquarius, and your mind is more important. You want to be more stimulated than that other kind of perverted and messy stuff, or just like the other, the way of being smothered. You know, you don't want to be smothered, but at the same time, your home is where your lover should be, or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
All that stuff is kind of true.
Yeah. That's sad. That's true.
It's sad but true. Cool. So, and then, that's the glory of love. These are, that's that. And let's see what they say about your 8th house being in Aquarius. See, I'm not reading any of this crap because, like, I don't care. But like the death, like it's inherent, whatever's inherent. What, your barking about? Quit yet. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Spirit. Okay. There it is. That's what it says. Goes into one of the professions, is innovative and original, likes travel, communicating with different people, long research. But it's supposed to tell you how you die, but it didn't. I don't know. That doesn't even look like the Roman numeral. Oh, there it is. An unexpected inheritance is how you die. But this is how you go to bed. Original ideas,
Yeah.
all that good stuff, being that person. And here it is, your death, an unexpected inheritance. Unexpected, unusual death, just unpredictable. Poor thing.
I had 2 strokes and 1 heart attack.
You had 2 strokes and a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because Leo rules the heart. So if there's anything,
I shouldn't be here because about a month ago I had 7 blockages in my heart. They said I was about an hour away from death.
And it doesn't say anything. Well, I don't see anything that. Oh, there it is. Uranus is in the 5th house. Uranus is ruled by Scorpio. I mean, it's ruled by Aquarius, whatever. Your Lilith is also in the 5th house. So you rebelled against your heart, wanting to kill you and stuff like that. Whatever. And your death. See, death is Lilith and Scorpio in the 8th house. That means death would be there. Death is in your 8th house. Scorpio, your 5th house is in Scorpio. Unusual hearts, death, Scorpio transformation, double Scorpio, 2 deaths in your 5th house. 3 deaths. You'll have 3 deaths in your 5th house of heart. All Scorpio in there. Oh my gosh. Unusual and rebellious way of it, and in your 5th house. Uranus and Scorpio, Lilith and Scorpio in the 5th house, Scorpio. All that is in your 5th house. And transforming and rising above and being in the phoenix. Like you'll rise above it. You'll come back from the ashes with that. Your heart will come back from the ashes, recreated and transformed into whatever. And just like perceive or persevere, whatever. So what do you think of that?
All makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense.
That's groovy.
Okay.
Well, that's the glory of love. Neptune in the V1. The everyday routine of Neptune and Sagittarius. So I'm not sure. Do you take medications routinely?
Yes.
You have to take routinely medications, and you gamble with it sometimes.
Yep.
You gamble with what pills you're gonna take, and you're like, whatever. And you'd be like, lucky with the bullshit because it's Neptune rules drugs and it's in Sagittarius, and it's in your 6th house. You have traveling and stuff like that because whatever. So, I mean, you're still lucky with traveling.
Yeah.
Okay. And your health, too. You're still lucky with your health.
Yes.
It's actually happening with Aries, even if you're happy-go-lucky with it. But you're still, it's lucking it for it. Okay, well, groovy. Well, that's the story. That's the story of love. And that's it, folks. I'm going to push that down.